are live and excited to be at the home of food, fun, and games. This News9 Sports
on the go.
And
I'm
you know
Bill
what?
Phillips. He's the Nacho Man, Don Slow.
The big red basketball team behind us, they were clapping for us. You know what we're going to do?
Yeah,
we're going to clap for them. We're going to clap for them because on Sunday,
it's a fantastic season.
On Sunday, they're going to Ohio University in Athens. Road trip. Everybody loves a road trip.
Yeah.
And they are playing Miami Trace in the district championship game.
Yeah.
So a huge game for these guys on Sunday. Now,
you don't know how to get there, by the way. 70, 77, 50, and then just kind of hook the left when you get into the combo center. You go across the bridge, right across from the football stadium. My daughter may go there.
But
I know how to get there with my eyes closed.
Even bigger than that, tonight these guys take on Bill Phillips in the Sports Challenge.
I hear it's Connect 4.
Yeah, it's going to be basketball.
I had a Connect 4 as a kid. We used to play Connect 4 in the house. So, but I guess this is a different kind of Connect 4.
Different thing altogether.
All right.
And you know, this is the home for the world famous waffle fries. Best waffle fries you ever had, and we might try to get some of those
there's no way later without getting waffle fries.
Sweet potato waffle fries with this delectable juice. But I've ordered food.
Yep.
We're going to have pizza tonight.
Okay.
Pizza on a Thursday, Bill?
No onions, no peppers.
You know what? But the Pirates might be, maybe they've been eating some pierogies and some kielbasa because the Buccos are red hot right now. It's just spring training, but I don't care. I'm a Pirate fan. I want to see them win no matter what. The Buccos are off to a 4-2 start in spring training. And the reason why, Billy?
Polish power.
Polish power.
That's right.
Polish power for the Buccos today. Today, Billy.
Yep. Go ahead.
Nick Solak, 3 for 3 with 3 runs. Okay?
He's Polish.
Jack Sawinski, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
Polish.
Matt Gorski with a double, 1 for 2 and 2 RBIs.
Polish.
And that's not enough. Is that enough?
No.
Yesterday, Sawinski with a home run and Gorski with a home run. And we're not done there with Polish power.
Now, here's the deal. My man, Rich Sminzinski, Swiss to everybody in the Ohio Valley. He's Polish. Now, he went down to see the Pirates over the weekend. So he's at the games. He sends me a picture on my phone. He said, wait a minute. He goes, Bill, we got 2 guys that are Polish in the outfield. I said, well, Rich, it's got to be Polish power or something going on. And all of a sudden, I think Polish power for the Buccos has been born. So I'm going to have to give Swizz a little credit on that one as we get ready.
Well, what happened at that game is Matt Gorski, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and a grand slam. And then those 2, and then today, Nick Solak. So you've got 3 Polish guys providing the Polish power for the Buccos. So maybe break out the green weenie, too, possibly. The Buccos looking good. We talked about this, and we're always ahead of the curve. Always ahead of the curve. 3 weeks ago, we said, who would you want at quarterback? Billy, who did we say?
I said nobody on the roster. That was the question. Was it Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? I said nobody. I said the starting quarterback would be somebody other than someone on the roster. Draft, I don't know. But all of a sudden.
But I said, Matt Stafford.
You said Justin Fields.
I like Fields. But I said off the roster, I'd like Matt Stafford. Well, lo and behold, on this show we talked about it now. Stafford, the Steelers, is it gaining steam? All the reports this week are talking about the Raiders, the Giants, and the Steelers as the 3 teams going after Matt Stafford. Now, Stafford did meet with Tom Brady the other day, who's a co-owner of the Raiders. So the Raiders might have the edge. But
if you're Matt Stafford, you've won a Super Bowl. You've made your money. You are not going to play for a team that's going to be in the bottom of the division, may not get into the playoffs at this point in your career. He's too old. He's been through too much to waste his time trying to do that. So if you have those 3 teams, what's the team that gives you the best opportunity to get the Super Bowl? Now, I'm not saying that the Steelers are going to get to the Super Bowl, but if you put Matt Stafford on the team, markedly better. And I think they would. If I'm Matt Stafford, where do I want to go to win? I think I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Well, a former Steelers quarterback is locked up. He's off the market.
Oh, here we go.
Nobody going to get this guy because he is signed, sealed, and delivered. Dylan, Duck Hodges off the market. Duck Hodges no longer an option. Why, Billy?
He got married.
They got engaged.
Oh, I thought, okay, married, engaged, same thing.
So
He put a ring on it, so to speak.
Duck Hodges is now engaged, the former Steeler quarterback, to Lainey Wilson. Now,
Don.
you kind of knew this was coming.
Be fair for people that don't know who Lainey Wilson is, because not everybody does. You are Mr. Jamboree in the Hills, Mr. Country Music. There's a lot of people might go, Lainey Wilson, who's Lainey Wilson?
When you tell them.
She was in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Country music star at Yellowstone, and apparently she knows Duck Hodges, and they're now engaged.
When she came to Pittsburgh,
did he outkick his coverage?
I don't know.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
anyway, she wore his jersey at the game when she sang in Pittsburgh 2 summers ago.
Right,
so then you kind of knew that it was a thing. If I'm wearing your jersey, I think it's a thing. So my question, though, Lainey Wilson, if we're talking about country singers, Lainey Wilson or Miranda Lambert?
I'm old school. I'll go Miranda Lambert.
I think I will, too.
Okay.
I saw Lainey in Pittsburgh.
Well, Lainey Wilson, she was great on Yellowstone. I thought she was really good.
Saw Miranda in Vegas.
There you go.
Miranda Lambert puts on a heck of a show.
Who are we going to see in Nebraska?
How about this breaking
Ohio
news
Valley
overnight?
guy.
A friend of the show, Pat Stewart. I reached out to Pat today. I told him maybe I'll get some Cornhuskers gear. Pat Stewart going from the Patriots to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Pat out of Indian Creek, joining his former coach, Coach Matt Rule, who he worked with the Carolina Panthers, and at Temple. Now Rule with Nebraska, and Stewart going there to be the GM.
And it's a smart move by Nebraska. It's a smart move by any university right now, especially D1 football. You need a general manager. You need a guy that has that experience on the NFL level, dealing with contracts, dealing with egos, all that stuff. So Pat's been there, done that. So now he's going to come in. I've got these. Well, who did you? The New England Patriots when we're winning Super Bowls. He's going to be fine. I think it's a good move.
And Bill Belichick, actually, when he took the North Carolina job, was the first to do this, to bring in a GM, because you're going to have to run these college programs like NFL franchises. That was the Mike Nogay, attorney at law, opening statements, Bill.
Well, and you know what? Mike Nogay Law, for over 40 years, Mike Nogay has used his courtroom and negotiating experience representing clients injured in serious truck and auto cases throughout the Ohio Valley. If you need representation, give him a call today at 304-723-5711. That's 304-723-5711. Mike Nogay Law.
Billy, I ask you, does your bathroom or home need updated?
Absolutely.
Well,
part of it.
What you need to do, call Steel Valley Contracting, take advantage of their tax time refund special.
What's the number?
From now until April 15th, receive 10% off bathroom or home projects. Call 740-346-2500 today. That's Steel Valley Contracting. This is News 9 Sports in a Go. And behind us, the Big Red Boys basketball team. We'll be right back.
We are driven to delight our customers
by offering personalized design,
quality home furnishing,
and an outstanding customer experience,
all while demonstrating
a commitment to our team members
and delivering consistent value
to our customers and team
while making them feel at home.
Our values are customer focus, quality, integrity, teamwork, history, and heritage.
Come join the Ferguson family.
Support the Ohio Valley and shop local with WTOV 9.
Hello, Ohio Valley. I'm Smitty at Smitty's Floors here to talk shop local. That's right, stay out of the big box stores and support all your local small businesses up and down the Ohio Valley. Come on into Smitty's Floors, 140 South 4th Street, downtown Steubenville, where we offer 12-month financing, interest-free financing, just like the big box stores. That's right, stop into Smitty's Floors, downtown Steubenville today and check us out.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
The Laborers Local 809 in Steubenville, Ohio has been proudly serving the community since receiving its trades charter on April 10, 1936. We're committed to providing trained, highly skilled, and experienced craftsmen to signatory building and trades and heavy highway contractors, ensuring top-notch quality and expertise in every construction project we undertake. Beyond the job site, we actively engage with our community. Together, we're not just laborers, we're the backbone of the Ohio Valley, and we stand ready to lead and inspire. For more, visit local809.com.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
Seven Ranges Entertainment, where excitement knows no bounds in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Experience the region's premier entertainment destination, redefining fun with non-stop action and unforgettable experiences. Tonight is Cornhole Tournament night.
Every Thursday night's Cornhole Tournament night. And I want to remind everybody, Labor's Local 809, the Labor's Local 809, is based in Steubenville, Ohio, and has been proudly serving the community since 1936. We are committed to providing highly trained, skilled, and experienced craftsmen to signatory building and trades and heavy highway contractors. Together, we are not just laborers, we are the backbone of the Ohio Valley. Now, speaking of backbones, you have to have a great third base coach if you want to have success. Jim Leland had Rich Donnelly, Steubenville's own Rich Donnelly. Rich Donnelly has won a World Series title. He's won a World Baseball Championship title. And he's a great storyteller. He's a good friend of the show. And Don had the opportunity today to have a conversation with the one and only Rich Donnelly.
The reason is this pitching. The Pirates starting pitching could take them a long way this year.
Absolutely. You know, you're starting out with Paul Skeens, arguably the best pitcher in baseball. And that's quite a statement with all these guys that are, you got, you know, Cy Young winners in both leagues that has pitched, and you're talking about him. And then you got guys like Mitch Keller and Jones. And if, like I've talked before, if the back end of that staff can just hold steady, be 500, be 10-10, be 12-12, man, oh man, that will add, because there's nothing better than having your third and fourth, fifth pitcher win a game, and you're all fired up. And then who we playing the next night? Skeens is pitching. It don't matter who's who we're playing, and it gives your team another bolt of energy.
And they picked up Andrew Haney recently. Bailey Falder was a great pickup a year or so ago. Falder's a lefty, so I think that bottom end of the rotation is pretty doggone good. And if Oviedo can come back healthy,
yeah, you know, it's so important. I mean, you could have, everybody probably has one or two good pitchers. If you're lucky, you get three, and then if you're real lucky, your fourth and fifth pitcher, if they could just pitch 500 and hold you steady, and that stops you from having long losing streaks. Skeens is going to stop your streaks a lot. But if you're say you lose 3 in a row somehow, and your fifth pitcher gives you a win, it stopped the streak, and then you got Paul to pitch the next night. Wonderful. That's what you want.
And there was a lot of talk last year when the Pirates were contending for a wild card spot. Nobody wanted to see the Pirates because they'd have to see Skeens, Jones, and Keller. So it's just a matter of getting there. And I think a thing that might have kept them, the bullpen broke down later in the year last year, because you look at this team at the All-Star break, they were 500 and then fighting chance of not only a wild card, but the division. The bullpen's got to come through this year.
Yeah, I say we Pirates are our team. They had 29 blown saves. If we could take half of that and make it 15 or 13 blown saves, add those wins on to our total, we're looking at a high 80, maybe 90s, and that will get you in the playoffs. Your starting rotation, like I've said before, between the 5, 6, 7, you're probably going up with 7 starters at some point. They have to come up with 60 wins somehow. Your bullpen will have 20, 25 or more, and then you're on your way to a playoff.
You know, let's talk about the lineup now. The Pirates took a lot of criticism. Well, they didn't make the big splash, the offseason signing, but they made moves in season looking forward to this year. One of the big ones was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who was going to be the shortstop, who had some great years with the Yankees, and he can be a difference maker.
Sure, some of these hitters that they got, they may not be batting champions or things like that, but if they can do things like, and I don't call them the little things anymore. I get mad when a coach says we got to do the little things. No, the little things are big things. We can't, man on second, we try to hit a ground ball to a second and move him over, and they say that's a little thing. No, that's a big thing. So these kind of hitters in the, like Khalifa and all these guys, Bart, whoever, if they can man on third, you don't have to get a hit to drive him in. Maybe the infield's back, hit a ground ball. Maybe the infield's in, hit a fly ball. You don't have to get a hit. Just have good quality at bats and do the things that you're supposed to do. Throw to the cutoff man. You don't have to throw. Cruz has one of the best arms in the big leagues. However, he doesn't have to throw guys out at home plate to be successful. So all these guys in your lineup, offensively for sure, just do the little things. If you're asked to hit a sac fly, do it. If you're asked to move the guy from second to third on a ground ball to first or second, do that. You don't have to hit, like I say, 290, 300. Just do the little things, and that will make your offense a whole lot better and produce more runs.
And you mentioned Joey Bart. Here was a guy that they picked up early last season, but didn't give up anything to get him. That was a big pickup. That was a shrewd move, and they've got to be able to make those moves. Spencer Horwitz, they traded for in the offseason, a good average guy, maybe 14, 15 home runs, steady RBIs, but he's going to be hurt in the early going. But if he gets healthy, he can be a difference maker.
Absolutely. Most of your power comes from the corners in the infield and your corner outfielders. And I'm thinking this year from my inside sources that Ke'Bryan Hayes has really looked good at the spring training. He's got himself into better shape. And I just can't believe he's going to go out there and hit 9 or 10 home runs. I think he's going to have a real good year, maybe pushing over 20 home runs. And you get that, you get Cruz, and you get, we call them boppers. You get 3 boppers in your lineup, like Hayes, Cruz, and Reynolds. Now you're on your way. You got to have some boppers in your lineup. You got to have somebody that can hit the ball off the wall. And they have the potential. Potential is a bad word sometimes. Potential means
you haven't done it
yet.
haven't
done it yet.
Yeah.
So, but Reynolds has done it. Cruz has hit some home runs. He got to cut down on his strikeouts, 180. Yes, if he could cut that down to 120, that's 60 more at bats. He'll do damage with that.
Can O'Neal Cruz be a superstar?
He can. It's all, he has the talent to. Now he has to learn how to be a good big league player, not make stupid mistakes. I mean, talent, God has given him one of the best arms. He can run. He's 6'7". I mean, physically, he's a specimen. Now, all he has to do is take that and get better every day. The strikeouts are the big thing with him. I believe 180 last year. That's too many. Cut that down to 120. Back in the day, a guy named Sammy Sosa struck out 190 times his first 2 years in the big leagues. He cut it down to 110 and became a superstar. Cruz can do the same thing.
Second baseman Nick Gonzalez. This is a guy that, you know what, he's a blue-collar player, and he just always seems to come up with a big clutch hit.
His first couple of years up, and I listened to some of his interviews. He said he didn't know what he was doing sometimes. He went back to the minor leagues and almost hit 400. He changed his whole attitude of being a first ball hitter, being an early in the count hitter, and he almost hit 400 at Indianapolis, came back up here, and he was a totally different ball player. He's the kind of guy, when you're trying to put a team together, you say, now, we like to get a guy who's a tough guy, who's an aggressive hitter, who plays pretty good defense and gets big hits. Duh, you got him. There he is. You don't have to look any further. It takes time. I think a Henry Davis is going to be the same thing. He's going to turn his career around. I mean, he went down to the minor leagues, learned, he come back up. He's a good hitter. He has a good short swing. He's strong. You just don't take a kid out of college and throw him in the big leagues and he does great. It takes time. And I think a guy like Davis, I think he'll help them at some point this year.
The guy that every Pirate fan wants to know about is Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler could be the next Garrett Jones, a guy that was great in spring training, broke with the team. Or maybe they take him like Paul Skeens, bring him up later in the year and kind of nurse him along. But the guy's got tremendous upside.
Absolutely. Again, people I've talked to in the organization, I say, tell me who the best pitcher is. It's Bubba Chandler all the time. Now, he has to take what he did in the minor leagues or whatever, translate that into the big leagues, and then like I say, keep it rolling. And then the big one, pitchers always stay away from the guys that throw hard, stay away from injuries, and that goes for all pitchers.
It's hard to believe, winter's almost over. You can just taste the beginning of Major League Baseball season. We'll wrap up with this. The Pirates start the season, the end of the month, in Miami for 4 games, and then they go to Tampa for 3 games. Looking at that, could that be a help for this team starting in Florida?
Absolutely. You're going to train in Florida. You're going to stay in Florida for another 6 games. If you come up here early, you may end up playing 1 out of 2 games, or if you're playing, it might be 20 degrees out, and you're playing, you're freezing. So to get off to a good start, they're in a perfect climate to do it. And being a young team, and they're playing Tampa, they're playing Tampa and Miami, 2 other young teams. I think they're in a perfect spot to get off to a good start before they come home and play the Yankees and the Cardinals.
Yankees and Cardinals. What a way to start the season for the Pirates for that homestand. Now we're going to do, Rich, what they call in the business a tease. So we're going to tease ahead to our next segment. Next segment, we interview a guy you know a lot about by the name of Calvin Bickerstaff that played at Big Red and is now in the Boston Red Sox organization. As we go to break, what can you tell me about Calvin Bickerstaff?
So proud of Calvin, known him since he was in junior high. He went to Big Red, of course. His senior year, he was probably the best pitcher in Ohio. COVID came, canceled the whole season. But he committed to Kent State when he was a sophomore, signed, had a beautiful career there. The thing I like about Biggie, he led the nation in control. He walked less pitchers per innings than any pitcher in baseball. The Red Sox signed him. They took him down there. I have Bob Kipper, who was our pitcher, is his pitching coach. Bob Kipper was our pitcher at Pittsburgh. I was a bullpen coach. He was in a bullpen. Kip says, "Where did you get this guy?" He said, "He's phenomenal. He never throws a ball. He throws all strikes." I think at Kenny at 36 innings, 1 walk, 2 walks. He's doing great. He's down there now at Fort Myers training. They're going to start playing games about mid-March. I think he's going to go to high A this year. You go to high A ball out of college and do well there, you're on your way to Double A, and you're on the way to the big leagues.
And we're on our way to a break. You're watching News 9 Sports to the go. When we come back, Bill Phillips interviews Calvin Bickerstaff.
The Ohio Valley's hottest event venue invites you to come as a corporation and leave as a team. With rooms to accommodate parties large and small, catering provided by the Goat House, 8 axe throwing lanes, 12 bowling lanes, multiple meeting rooms, over 150 arcade games, 2 bars with the Ohio Valley's finest patio, 9 holes of mini golf. We put the team back in teamwork. Call Jesse at 740-346-3156 to unleash the fun with your team.
Hi, my name's Mike Nogay. For over 40 years, I've been using my courtroom and negotiating experience on behalf of clients injured in serious truck and auto accident cases throughout the Ohio Valley. When I take your case, you meet with me personally, not with a paralegal or associate. I give clients my cell phone number for weekend and evening emergencies. So level the playing field with big insurance companies and give me a call at my office in Weirton.
Does your bathroom or home need updating? Or do you know someone who has one that does? Let me tell you about Steel Valley Contracting's Refer a Friend program, where you can receive up to 5% cash back on any completed project referred to Steel Valley Contracting. Our bathrooms are backed by a lifetime warranty and a quality guarantee. Plus, we have in-house financing available for all home projects. Let us make your renovation dreams a reality. Call Steel Valley Contracting today. Steel Valley Contracting, part of the Cedar One Group.
Enjoy a new view of News 9 everywhere you go. Dinner with friends gets better with cooking up a storm. Seeking an adventure? There's always something to explore with the Wheeling Feeling. No matter if you're curious about breaking news or getting jacked up about the start of high school sports, reward your curiosity. News 9 is everywhere you are on every device. Experience more, know more with News 9 and the content you crave. On demand.
And shop local at M&M Hardware for all your spring cleaning needs. Shop local, Ohio Valley, at local mom and pop shops like Smitty's Floors, 140 South 4th Street, downtown Steubenville. You will be glad you did.
Ferguson's House of Furniture. Ferguson's House of Furniture is driven to delight our customers by offering personalized design, quality home furnishings, and an outstanding customer experience. And what we're having is a customer experience with this couch, this beautiful couch. It is you got to tell everyone about it. Let's take a look at the couch. Smith Brothers Amish made, high-grade leather, pet-friendly, reclining sectional, great for the man cave. All right, everybody, now we're getting ready to talk with Calvin Bickerstaff, Big Red's own Calvin Bickerstaff, as we take a look at the Amish work. Smith Brothers, pet-friendly. All right, Calvin Bickerstaff, he's not friendly when he's on the mound. He's playing in the Boston Red Sox organization, Big Red alum, Kent State, and now an opportunity to perhaps get to the major leagues. He's down in Florida. We had a chance to talk to him about just about everything under the sun as he gets ready for spring training.
And what has this last year been like?
Oh man, it's been pretty crazy. A little bit of everything, but going back to the draft, yeah. Funny, I actually didn't even play a game out in the Cape Cod League. I drove out the first day of the draft, and then I got the call on the third day of the draft. So I got out there to the bullpen. Yeah, I didn't even play. Turned right around and came home. Had about a week then before I had to report down here in Fort Myers, where I spent probably about a month. Then went up to Single A in Salem, Virginia. Just got done with my work one day. They called me out of the locker room and said, "Hey, you're gonna go up to Single A for the rest of the season." It's like when like that's great, but like when am I going? Like my mom was supposed to come down the next day, and they're like, "Oh, you got a flight in about 4 hours." So that was pretty busy. Back to the hotel, plane. We flew out to an away game. They were playing at Fredericksburg, so flew into DC, Ubered about an hour to the game, and then finished out the season there. It was pretty good. Had about a week off, then straight back to Fort Myers for 2 months, off-season training. Everything was great. Nice being down here. Then about a month off at home, and then here we are, spring training now. Everything's going great, though. It's busy. A lot of people down here, but it's all pretty exciting stuff.
You know, every kid that's ever picked up a baseball thought one day, I'm going to have a chance to play professional baseball. When you walk in, because I'm sure when you saw your Big Red uniform for the first time, you thought, man, this is it. You know, I'm playing for Big Red. Look at this uniform. You go to Kent State, man, name's on the back of the jersey. I'm going to get to throw this. I'm big time D1. But when you go into a professional clubhouse and all of a sudden you have that Red Sox jerseys and you're looking around and that's what you're seeing, what is that moment like?
It's the best feeling, you know. It's the dream and it's the goal, you know. Ever since I was little playing, and you know, it's a big thanks to the great coaching that I've been around my whole life. Even in other sports, you know, just having a great support system helped me get here. But yeah, it's just great, and it's the same game, you know, just at a higher level, which is great.
I mentioned this in an interview about a week or so ago. We interviewed Lou Holtz before the national championship game, and he talked about his time in the Valley and how the pressure of the Valley, in terms of in a good way, to get everybody to achieve, to get the greatness out of the athletes and coaches and teachers and anybody from the Valley. What has that been like, that the lessons you learned in Steubenville, in the Ohio Valley, how have you carried them on through not only Kent State, but now into the Red Sox organization?
Right, yeah. Growing up in Steubenville, there was always a high expectation for sports. But just showing up every day and showing that you're willing to work hard and put in effort, the coaches are there for you. You know, they're going to help you out to the best of their ability, and they want the best for you. Coach Fred Hetherington, his son Darren Hetherington, Coach Banks, Coach Piro, Coach Haney with basketball, Coach Reno, everybody they're there for you. And if you show up and you prove that you want to do this and you want to work hard, they're going to help you the best they can.
And what was that like carrying that over to Kent State? How did those lessons transfer?
Same thing with Coach Duncan, Coach Berkey, Coach Serrato, everybody else we had up there. You know, you show up every day, be a leader and just work hard. They're going to be there for you, and they're going to guide you in the right direction.
All right, well, let's get into what's going on with the Red Sox organization. Now, as you mentioned, you went up to A-ball. What have you sat down and had an opportunity, and I would imagine by now you have, where this is what we want you to accomplish. This is what we're looking for you to do in this first full year with the organization.
Oh yeah, there's tons of goals, from physical goals to working on new pitches, increasing velocity, a little bit of everything. But the progress we're having right now has been really good. Picked up a splitter for my arsenal, and just the more reps I get with that, it's going to be great. But I have a very comfortable pitch now. I usually have always been a 2-pitch guy, but adding that to the mix is definitely going to help out a lot. And they've definitely put some weight on me now. I think coming in, I was about 210 to 215, and I'm about 230 now. Good weight, which is really good, and I feel big and strong, which is what we need.
Well, I was going to say it at 6'5" or thereabouts, so 230, you should be able to carry that pretty well. Have you noticed an increase in velocity already with the extra strength, extra weight?
Average fastball has gone up, not a whole lot, but this has just been 5 months since the off season, 4 to 5 months of the off season, and we're already seeing some results, which is pretty good for the long season coming up. I'm sure we're just going to keep trending in the right direction.
What's it been like when you go around the clubhouse? And I know, at some points the minor leaguers are showing up at different times with the major leaguers and all those things. But have you had that, let's call it that major league moment yet, where you see a guy that, wow, okay, this guy's a superstar. This is fantastic, and you almost become a fan again instead of a guy that's like, I'm on par with these guys. What's that been like when you've gone around and see some of those guys?
Oh, it's pretty cool. And everybody's here for a reason, which is nice. But especially seeing the big leaguers. I mean, we share a weight room, we share the facility, we see those guys every single day, and so like you said, it's like being a fan again. Every time I get a break in whatever I'm doing, I'm sitting there watching the big guys do their work, because it's pretty cool, because they're the best of the best, and that's the ultimate goal for me. So it's pretty cool.
What are your goals for the upcoming season? Where do you see yourself? What would you like to accomplish this year as you not only go through spring training? You want to be ready to go when the season starts, but where do you see yourself? What would you like to accomplish this year?
Yeah,
obviously, quickest train to the major leagues would be perfect, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they say the quickest way to the bigs is the bullpen. Haven't heard anything right now for a specific role for me or any of us really. But I've done it both my whole career. I was starter up until college, first few seasons at Kent, bullpen guy, and then back to starting role. I can do it all. I love it all. I just want to be out there. But going into this season, I want to continue to dominate the strike zone, fill up the zone with all 3 pitches, including the splitter. That's more of a swing and miss pitch. We'll work with that below the zone, but obviously I want to be able to throw that for a strike, which would be nice. And just up my strikeout percentage, and just keep being me.
All right, I have to ask. You've been down in Florida for I guess about 5 months now, and going through all this process. What do you miss most about Steubenville, the Valley? What if you're at home, where's your go-to spot to get? I don't know, best Italian, best wings. What are you thinking?
Man, go-to spots. Naples is definitely up there.
There you go.
Big fan of Basil's too, across the river.
Okay.
Those are two good spots.
I have to ask, because I was looking at your at some of your bio information, and this jumped off the page, because a lot of guys, maybe they don't finish up, they don't get that degree, a degree in applied engineering.
Yes, sir.
So but you must have gotten through that pretty quick.
Yeah, well, originally I was doing that. What do they call it? The CCP course. Program at Steubenville Big Red.
Yeah.
Whereas I went into Kent State with 63 credits, I think it was, on pace to graduate my sophomore year. But sophomore spring semester came around, and I was going to miss practice or just baseball in general 4 days a week in order to graduate, and that's in season. So we had to adjust there, and I'm still graduated on time, which was great. And then if I were to go back to Kent, I got accepted into the engineering technology program.
I was gonna to get the master's degree ready to go.
Yeah, I was gonna get a little head start on that and finish that up. But obviously, we had a change of plans, which is great.
Calvin, before we let you go, I just want to ask you one more question. What is it like for the family when you got that call? Okay, I'm going to sign with the Red Sox. What was the initial reaction for everybody in the house?
Yeah, well, my parents and my family, they're my biggest supporters. But we were all incredibly excited, and it was just my dad and I at the time. We were out in the Cape Cod League, and my agent called me, and it was him and I, my dad being there when we saw the call come through. Like obviously, like we knew it was time. But calling my mom afterwards, she was in, I don't want to say disbelief, but there was no communication with us and the Red Sox whatsoever.
Okay.
And she's like, "Are you serious? You're serious?" Like I was so excited. So that whole, I think it was 10-hour drive home, calls between my mom and I, probably 10 times, once an hour, just to say like this is really happening, stuff like that.
The dream come true.
That's right.
Well, and here we are back at Seven Ranges Entertainment. It is News 9 Sports on the go. I'm Bill Phillips. He's the Nacho Man, Don Sloan. We have Coach here. Coach Haney, head coach of the Big Red basketball team. We were just talking to Calvin Bickerstaff, who's just getting it done, living the dream. And, Coach, you had an opportunity to work with him when he was in high school. He gave you a shout-out. He gave all the coaches. He was thankful for everybody. What was it like working with him? What kind of kid was he? And what have you seen him as he develops into a young man that's got an opportunity to play Major League Baseball someday?
He's a great kid. We were fortunate to have him play in 4 years of basketball. He was actually a 3-year starter for us. Did a great job, athletic, rebounding, running the court, good shooter. His junior year, I think it was his junior, we ended up in the regionals, and it went like deep into practice for baseball, and he never complained. He was at every practice. After that, he would go to baseball, and he never said, "Well, hey, I have baseball now. I'm going to college for baseball." He worked his butt off, led us, him, Josh Zimmerman, James Robinson, led us to, the regional tournament.
You know what I'm thinking? He's probably thinking right now, if he's watching this, that should have been a 4-year starter.
It probably could have been.
Well, let's talk about your team from this year. The Steubenville Big Red basketball team, the real deal. A great year for you guys. You're going to Athens at Ohio University. Now, anybody that's followed Ohio basketball for a long time, that's normally the regional, but the game's changed. This is a district championship game Sunday in Athens.
Yes, 4 o'clock Sunday at Athens, district final. Usually years ago, you would go as a regional semifinal down to Athens, but also our district semifinal, we played against, Tri-Valley. Usually your second game in the tournament, you're not playing a team of that caliber, 19-4.
You're playing a pretty stout team, Miami Trace. They got a lot of height.
Yes, a lot of height. They're 6'7", 300-pound kid in the middle. They got 2 6'4" guys, 6'1", 6 foot. But that's fine. We press a lot and use our speed and want to run the court. So we'll see how it goes.
And they're unbeaten.
They're 23-0. Yes.
As far as playing, you guys going to practice anywhere? That's a big court. What changes when you go to a big gym like the Convo?
We're used to playing on a bigger court. Our court's a nice size one. The Convocation Center around the court's open a lot more, so it kind of feels that way like the old St. John Arena used to. We just practice like we normally do, get up and down the court and, we can't emulate the 6'7" guys. How hard to do at practice.
Coach, how proud are you of these guys?
Tremendously proud. Great senior leadership, everybody on the team, and, we always talk about our starters and the guys come off the bench, but, we give a huge shout out to our young guys, the JV guys. They go in there and they learn the other team's offenses, and, they run them great. And then, we run them against them as a scout team, and it just helps us out tremendously during the game.
Well, we can't wish you enough luck, enough great game, however you want to phrase it. Go out and be great on Sunday and bring home a win, and we couldn't be more proud of you guys.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes when you're getting ready for a big guy like that, have you ever got the broom out and held the broom up.
We might do that. Get that and get a ladder out there. Them guys swatting shots.
I saw Judy Amirani do that at Bel Air one time. They're holding up the broom. But finally, Big Red Nation always supports the sports programs.
Yes.
I'm sure you expect a nice following to make the road trip.
Yes, I mean, we had a great following out at Claymont the other day against Tri-Valley. It told the news that it felt like a home game. You know, we had such great support, and, you know, we expect to see a lot of people down there.
Well, your guys are going to have some fun now, because when we come back from this break, they're going to take on this guy in a basketball shooting
They
contest.
might get the broom out for a sweep. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Sounds good.
We've got a Connect 4, I believe it is, and that's coming up next on News 9 Sports.
On the go.
We are driven to delight our customers
by offering personalized design,
Quality home furnishing,
and an outstanding customer experience.
All while demonstrating
the commitment to our team members
and delivering consistent value
to our customers and team
while making them feel at home.
Our values are customer focus, quality, integrity, teamwork, history, and heritage.
Come join the Ferguson family.
Support the Ohio Valley and shop local with WTOV 9.
Hello, Ohio Valley. I'm Smitty at Smitty's Floors here to talk shop local. That's right, stay out of the big box stores and support all your local small businesses up and down the Ohio Valley. Come on into Smitty's Floors, 140 South 4th Street, downtown Steubenville, where we offer 12 months financing, interest-free financing, just like the big box stores. That's right, stop into Smitty's Floors, downtown Steubenville today and check us out.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
The Laborers Local 809 in Steubenville, Ohio has been proudly serving the community since receiving its trades charter on April 10, 1936. We're committed to providing trained, highly skilled, and experienced craftsmen to signatory building and trades and heavy highway contractors, ensuring top-notch quality and expertise in every construction project we undertake. Beyond the job site, we actively engage with our community. Together, we're not just laborers, we're the backbone of the Ohio Valley, and we stand ready to lead and inspire. For more, visit local809.com.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
All right, everybody, we're back here at Seven Rangers Entertainment, and we're getting ready to play Connect 4 with the Big Red basketball team. Now, Connect 4, it's different. I'm thinking, when I was a kid, you play Connect 4 with checkers. It's Connect 4 with basketball shots. All right, who's up? Who's up? All right, stop. Here we go. All right. All right, you guys got back up. Here we go. Who's shooting? Who's shooting? Who's shooting for Big Red? Oh, look at Cole Bowers, all anxious to shoot a shot. All right. So what do we got to do? So you're yellow?
Reset the game.
All right, let's go. Right now, win. Oh, that was already set up. Oh, come on. Here we go. We going again? Go ahead. We need someone else in. Who's shooting? Get Bowers out of here. Who's shooting? Someone else shooting. Oh, let's go. Who's shooting? You ready? All right, here we go. Go ahead, shoot it. Oh, it's me? I did.
Oh, you shot. Red player, shoot. Oh, yellow player, shoot.
We're going to be here all day. Oh!
Red player, shoot. All right.
No. Wait. All right, my turn. All right, here we go. Oh! Ah! Come in. Good job. Good job. Good job. Hey, say everybody, it's time to take a timeout. Say time to take a timeout. All right. Thanks, fellas. Thanks, guys.
And Seven Ranges Entertainment, where excitement knows no bounds in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Experience the region's premier entertainment destination, redefining fun with nonstop action and unforgettable experiences. The Laborers Local 809, based in Steubenville, is committed to providing highly trained, skilled, and experienced craftsmen to building and trades and heavy highway contractors. Together, we're not just laborers, we are the backbone of the Ohio Valley. You're watching News 9 Sports on the go.
The Ohio Valley's hottest event venue invites you to come as a corporation and leave as a team. With rooms to accommodate parties large and small, catering provided by the Goat House, 8 axe throwing lanes, 12 bowling lanes, multiple meeting rooms, over 150 arcade games, 2 bars with the Ohio Valley's finest patio, 9 holes of mini golf. We put the team back in teamwork. Call Jesse at 740-346-3156 to unleash the fun with your team.
Hi, my name's Mike Nogay. For over 40 years, I've been using my courtroom and negotiating experience on behalf of clients injured in serious truck and auto accident cases throughout the Ohio Valley. When I take your case, you meet with me personally, not with a paralegal or associate. I give clients my cell phone number for weekend and evening emergencies. So level the playing field with big insurance companies and give me a call at my office in Weirton.
Does your bathroom or home need updating? Or do you know someone who has one that does? Let me tell you about Steel Valley Contracting's Refer a Friend program, where you can receive up to 5% cash back on any completed project referred to Steel Valley Contracting. Our bathrooms are backed by a lifetime warranty and a quality guarantee. Plus, we have in-house financing available for all home projects. Let us make your renovation dreams a reality. Call Steel Valley Contracting today. Steel Valley Contracting, part of the Cedar One Group.
Enjoy a new view of News 9 everywhere you go. Dinner with friends gets better with cooking up a storm. Seeking an adventure? There's always something to explore with the Wheeling Feeling. No matter if you're curious about breaking news or getting jacked up about the start of high school sports, reward your curiosity. News 9 is everywhere you are on every device. Experience more, know more with News 9 and the content you crave. On demand.
All right.
And we are back. It's what? It's food, fun, and games. We played the games. We're always having fun. And my man Rich from the kitchen's here. And Rich brought not one super califragilistic triple XL pizza. He brought 2. And the world famous waffle fries are back as well.
So pass the waffle fry over.
Well, my man, there you go.
Thank you.
Anyway, my man Rich from the Goat House Kitchen. What do we got on this pizza? It looks loaded with everything.
Oh, absolutely. So we got a 16-inch pizza. We offer the Supreme. You get 5 toppings. We have multitude of vegetables or proteins you can add. They're $1.99 for proteins, 99 cents for veggies. And with a Supreme, you get to choose. You can choose any variation that you want to add 5.
It definitely looks healthy.
Oh, it looks good.
100%.
Yeah, that's a wonderful.
Remember from the last show, everything here is no calories, no carbs.
That's what I was just going to say.
All healthy
you told me that first.
Yeah,
week.
anything
no
you
calories,
want, it's not going to hurt your diet.
So if you come here on a Saturday night, say you're watching sports from all the big TVs, order up a couple pizzas.
Absolutely. You can bring a group of friends, watch one of our pay-per-view events. Get a pizza here, 12 slices, 16-inch.
If you want to throw one on the plate, I'll
you've got the big UFC pay-per-view coming up on March 8th.
Oh, we do, absolutely. We do all the numbered pay-per-view events.
And Justin Gaethje's in that one. So
hold on, let me get a taste of this.
That's the guy. If you know what UFC, you got to watch Justin Gaethje. He's a highlight film.
Oh, yeah, he's been there many years.
What do you think, Billy? Pretty good. Well, we're going to eat. Bill, what do we have up now?
Nice little crunch on the crust.
Oh, absolutely.
Very nice. Oh, awesome. Outstanding. What do we have?
There's a big game Saturday night.
Huge game on Saturday. It is the Stadium Series matchup between the Columbus Blue Jackets at home in Columbus against the Detroit Red Wings. So we went and decided, let's talk to someone that's right there ready for the big event. And who better to do that than former WTOV9 anchor person extraordinaire, Kate Seifert. She now works out in Columbus. So I called her up. I said, Kate, you want to talk about the big event? She said, I'll talk about the big event. Let's talk to Kate right now. You are super excited about a big event this weekend. It's not even a hockey game. It's a big event as much as it is a hockey game.
I mean, you're so right. I mean, this game coming up, Stadium Series, Columbus Blue Jackets hosting the Red Wings, is going to be amazing. And I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Like, this is a hockey game, yeah. But this is more of an event that people are excited about. And we just got word from the NHL that 90,000 tickets have been sold so far.
Wow.
That stadium holds 100,000 people. Usually I think like OSU games have like between 100 and 102,000. So, I mean, this is right up there. And I think that most of the people that are going to be going are going to experience what that Stadium Series is going to be like inside the shoe, which is going to just be phenomenal.
I've had the opportunity to cover a few of them in Pittsburgh with Winter Classics and Outdoor Series, and it is neat. It is a neat event. It is something different. It is something that breaks up the monotony of the NHL season. But for the city of Columbus, because you're connected with everything, what is the energy like around this as it builds up to now the two teams, they play later tonight in Detroit, and these are big games because playoff contention is very much in the mix, which makes it a little more exciting if you're really hardcore hockey. But what's it like for the city? How have people embraced this?
Well, people are very excited, and we can feel that energy here at our station here in Columbus, which is why we're actually sending our sports team to Detroit tonight to cover the game there before we come back and then cover the Stadium Series in Columbus. Everybody is talking about this because I think everyone knows the shoe, right? Like, this is iconic. Everyone knows the shoe. If you like football, if you don't like football, if you like Ohio State or you don't, you know of the shoe. You've seen pictures of it, or you've been, to look around at the stadium. So now to put an ice rink inside, I think that people are just curious, like, what is that going to be like? And we've seen some videos and photos of them setting up this ice rink in the middle of what was the turf field of Ohio State. And it looks so tiny, right? Because that stadium is just massive. So you have this, huge. What seems to be a little ice rink in the middle of this massive shoe of Ohio Stadium. But people are, all over social media are just so excited. Nothing like this has ever happened in the city of Columbus. Nothing like this has ever happened at the shoe. And I think that idea of it being a first time for something and in getting to experience that firsthand live is why people are so excited and so engaged.
The one interesting thing that I think you'll notice, and you may think of it when it happens, it is such a long walk for the hockey players in their skates to come out from where the locker room is. I remember at Heinz Field, you're sitting there going, okay, this is taking 15 minutes for them to walk out. But it's like they're going to the pond. And when you talk to players that I covered in these, they talk about it's like being back as a kid on the pond playing outside with their friends.
I wrote that down. Why are we always on the same wave? We're always on the same wavelength. I watched some of the interviews. I didn't get to do them, but our sports reporter, Dave Holmes, conducted some interviews with the players earlier this week. And that is one of the first things they said. This brings them back to their childhood when they would go and they would play on the ponds out back or in the park with their buddies. And like, while you mentioned this game means a lot, obviously, as far as playoffs go, what have you, but I think that it really will give the players some joy that they haven't gotten to experience maybe in a normal game when they're playing at Nationwide here or at any other arena across the country.
Which is a great arena to go and see games in. If I recommend it to anybody. If you haven't gone and see a game in Columbus, go and see the Blue Jackets. It's a fun event. Just beware the cannon. Just beware the cannon. It has scared me every time because I forget about it.
It makes me think, like when I used to cover WVU football games and they would shoot the shotgun.
Oh, the musket.
Oh my God, every time. I would have the camera and Rob Metzger would be like, "Hey, we didn't get a great shot," because I was every time shooting the game.
The mountaineer in that mask, the musket, made me crazy.
Yes. But yeah, the atmosphere inside Nationwide Arena for games is amazing. So I'm eager to see what it's like inside the shoe. Obviously, it will be a lot louder, and I'm assuming they're going to bring their cannons and all the stops too. So that will be super cool. Yeah.
They may have extra cannons. Now, what have you heard about tailgating? Because it's a different sport. People in Columbus know how to tailgate. They do it every fall weekend. What do you think it's going to be like? What's going to be the big thing for the tailgates? Are there big parties? Is there any big watch parties out there?
That's a great question. I don't know about any specific watch parties, but we do have a lot of bars right around the area that have like those outdoor big screens, and I'm assuming that they're going to be hosting people. There will be tailgating, and I know this because I will be a part of that tailgate process leading into the game. Excited for that. I'm going with my brother, my husband, some of our cousins, other family members. So we're really excited. I think when I think of OSU football games, usually a lot of the bars are packed. And I think this is going to be less bars, more tailgating right outside the shoe. It's like the crowd is a little bit different, right? But one thing too, I want to point out is, so we talked about 90,000 people that are coming, our tickets sold, are expected to attend. But on top of this happening, just right down the road at the convention center, the Arnold is going on. That massive event, Arnold host, that's happening. And
it's a huge event.
A huge event. 20,000 athletes, and then about 100,000 different people will be coming here, whether it's like attendees or staff members. So between these two events, it's going to be really crowded in Columbus this weekend for sure. And
so advice for anyone coming out.
Yeah, traffic and what do they say? That cliche, pack your patience.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So we're getting to the end of this. I need to put you on the spot.
What?
Now I do. I have to, but I'm curious. I think the NHL, do the Blue Jackets, maybe not the NHL, but I think the Blue Jackets, maybe they give a little nod or a little reverence to Ohio State, maybe come out with some scarlet and gray hockey helmets or something like that, just to give them a little love on the ice.
Kind of cool. I wish I knew. Wow. I did see that a lot of the OSU football players will be in attendance. So that, that's cool that they'll be there. So maybe that would be, I think they got to do something to honor our national champions.
Or maybe have Ryan Day drop the puck at center ice after winning the national title. You never know.
Yeah,
I have a lot of ideas.
You are full of ideas. Do you want to move here and help with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I saw Will Howard posted earlier, maybe it was yesterday or early this morning, posted a video saying, like, I'm playing, I'm going to be back at Ohio Stadium on the field for one last game. But he puts on a CBJ jersey. So maybe he's involved somehow. So I think you're on something.
All right, we'll see how that goes. So I've got to put you on the spot because this may be our question for the lock of the week with Scott Campbell from M&M Hardware. So there's a little pressure. He'll be watching. He's our live guest on the show.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, he needs to know hi from Columbus for me.
Absolutely. He wears a chain with a master lock on it because he picks the best so far. So you need to knock him off. That's your assignment. You need to knock him off. I need a final score and a winner from the Stadium Series matchup between Detroit and Columbus at the Shoe.
My gut is telling me, Bill, 4-3 Blue Jackets.
Hockey at the Shoe. Gotta love hockey at the Shoe. Bill, when you shop local for hardware, where do you go?
I go to M&M Hardware. Shop local at M&M Hardware for all of your spring cleaning needs.
M&M Hardware fan club here, and we'll have Scott Campbell on shortly. Also, when you need flooring, where do you go?
Smitty's.
Who?
Smitty's Floors. Smitty
will be on here shortly,
Ohio Valley, expand on those box stores.
When you
support local mom and pop shops like Smitty's Floors, 140 South 4th Street, downtown Steubenville, you will be glad you did.
Billy, when you buy furniture, where do you go?
Oh, you got to go to Ferguson's House of Furniture.
Where?
Ferguson's House of Furniture.
There you go.
Ferguson's House of Furniture is driven to delight our customers by offering personalized design, quality home furnishings, and an outstanding customer experience.
Billy, how good was the pizza?
Pizza's fabulous. Pizza is really, really good. And you know what's coming up? A guy that's really, really good at wrestling, knows everything there is to know about wrestling. We've got some huge tournaments coming up this weekend. We're going to have Tournaments
The
on our
district.
digital service. Yeah, districts at Steubenville Big Red.
And the banana peppers weren't bad. They weren't too hot. But still, you need water after that pizza.
That's right. That's right. Who's coming up next, Doc?
Smitty with wrestling. You're watching News9 Sports.
On the go.
We are driven to delight our customers.
By offering personalized design.
Quality home furnishing.
And an outstanding customer experience.
All while demonstrating
A commitment to our team members.
And delivering consistent value
To our customers and team.
While making them feel at home.
Our values are customer focus, quality, integrity, teamwork, history, and heritage.
Come join the Ferguson family.
Support the Ohio Valley and shop local with WTOV 9.
Hello, Ohio Valley. I'm Smitty at Smitty's Floors here to talk shop local. That's right, stay out of the big box stores and support all your local small businesses up and down the Ohio Valley. Come on into Smitty's Floors, 140 South 4th Street, downtown Steubenville, where we offer 12 months financing, interest-free financing, just like the big box stores. That's right, stop into Smitty's Floors, downtown Steubenville today and check us out.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
The Laborers Local 809 in Steubenville, Ohio, has been proudly serving the community since receiving its trades charter on April 10, 1936. We're committed to providing trained, highly skilled, and experienced craftsmen to signatory building and trades and heavy highway contractors, ensuring top-notch quality and expertise in every construction project we undertake. Beyond the job site, we actively engage with our community. Together, we're not just laborers, we're the backbone of the Ohio Valley, and we stand ready to lead and inspire. For more, visit local809.com.
Hey neighbor, Sean Campbell here with M&M Hardware DIY tip number 53. Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone. The experts at M&M Hardware can help answer your questions and find out what you need. You can do it yourself with M&M Hardware.
Thank you. I'll get it.
And we are back live at Seven Ranges Entertainment. And we're going to talk wrestling now, as we've got Mike Smith from Smitty's Carpet, the wrestling guru, the staller of stalls.
Yeah, right.
The escaper of escapes.
I like that.
The master of escapes.
The shooter of shooters.
Shooter of shooters.
Yeah. The king of the takedown.
There you go.
King of the floors.
The pinnacle of pins. That's a good one. Anyway, first off, we're going to talk a little college wrestling. The High Valley guy from Oak Glen named Peyton Hall at WVU. Hall tearing it up.
He's tearing it up, man. His trajectory has been.
Hold the mic up. There you
I'm
go.
sorry. Here I am. There he is right there.
Everybody wants to hear those dulcet tones.
Well, anyway, he's ranked 4th at 65 according to Flow Wrestling. 126 career wins, 3 shy of breaking Greg Jones's career record. Jones, a 3-time national champ. Hall's a 2-time All-American, 4-time national tournament qualifier. And WVU, they're getting ready. They're on a little Tulsa time for the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, this weekend, Tulsa, Peyton's last time going, trying to get that national championship. He's right there. Peyton has been just so awesome at WVU. It's, it's a dream come true. The kid's a West Virginia boy, grew up watching the Mountaineers, and he's going to end up being their all-time win leader, which is just something that, it's amazing.
I was going to ask you, Smitty, is there any way to put into words what that win total is like? And he's going to extend it, but just the amount of work from when you're back at 5 years old, 8 years old, 16 years, all the way up. This is a lifetime of work that goes through. This isn't just a 4-year deal. This is a lifetime.
No, what I always love saying about Peyton Hall and remind him, because he's so humble, but, Peyton got 4th at the Martins Ferry Open in 5th grade.
Okay.
And now he's ranked 4th in the country in Division I. And I told him 5th grade wasn't that long ago.
No,
you know what I mean?
Wasn't.
So that's what I'm talking about. His trajectory, that kid every day has gotten better and better and worked harder. When I watch him wrestle, it just blows my mind because I know all the work. He's wrestling at the highest level. He was beating Keegan O'Toole last year 6-1 going to 3rd period. Lost at 8-7. Keegan O'Toole's a national champ. Keegan O'Toole is a world champion. He's wrestling with the best of the best. And It's so awesome. From Chester, West Virginia, man. An Oak Glen boy, a Valley boy. It just shows. And again, I say it again. He got 4th to Martins Ferry Open in 5th grade. I mean, you just got to keep working hard in this sport, and you just can't.
That just shows you how tough that Martins Ferry Open is for 5th graders.
Well, no wrestling high school-wise in West Virginia this week. State meet opens next Thursday in Huntington. Now, Oak Glen, they're 3rd overall in the AA regional. Cameron was 4th, but number 1 among the Class A schools. Wheeling Park, 3rd in AAA. JM was 4th. University, OVAC overall winner, 5A champ, won the regional. Now, here in Steubenville, it's going to be the hot spot for wrestling this weekend. 2-day district, Friday and Saturday, using 2 gyms. The first day at Big Red, all in the main gym Saturday, and we will stream that the whole way through with the finals with play-by-play coverage with Smitty on that. 36 teams coming in. Now, Big Red, they won the team title last week in the sectional. 3 sectional champs, Cooper Smith, Brody Salkoch, and Bo Hudson. He had 8 finalists. Now, Brody, who's going to Purdue, should meet fellow unbeaten Colton Reedy, a Navy commit out of Sheridan. Both are 36-0. So, Brody Salkoch, Colton Reedy, boy, that's like a state final level matchup.
Yeah, it probably will be the state final, I imagine. They wrestled last year at districts. I think Brody handled him pretty good, controlled the whole match. Colton is extremely tough. He's strong. That's going to be an awesome match.
The tough thing is, though, the loser of this, just explain to viewers how much more difficult the loser of this match's road to the final will be.
Colton's, those guys are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Well, how I would place that would be, what a bad draw. The guy who gets 3rd in another district is going to get a second place.
Yeah.
He's going to get a second place finish. Colton Reedy is going to be the second. He's not beating Brody Sack. Brody Sack's just on a different level, but it's just the way it goes. Like I said last week, 1 versus 4. If you win districts, you get a 4th place finisher. You get 2nd, you get a 3rd. So whoever gets 3rd in the district, it's going to be a bad draw getting the 2nd place finisher out of Big Red. The other big match is Jake Hughes and Loudon Dixon. Went into overtime last week. They're going to wrestle again this week. It was great. That was an awesome match. I'm excited for that rematch. So there's going to be some great wrestling in Steubenville for sure.
And Hughes out of Beaver Local, Dixon out of West Holmes.
Yes.
Now, how about Cooper Smith and Bo Hudson? How does their district path look?
Cooper's sitting pretty good. The guy that's ranked 2nd, the 2nd seed, he pinned last year like 55 seconds. So he's sitting pretty good. Bo winning that sectional put him in a good position, got him a good draw out to the quarters. So, and Bo's wrestling good. Ever since last year at the state duels when he got that win and won it for his team, his confidence levels really went up. He's been wrestling really well.
All right, so you've got a lot of individual stars. Which stars and their teammates are going to come up and win that championship?
Yeah, Dorian's wrestling really good at 126. He could have won that sectional last week. He let it get away from him a little bit. Charlie Abbott's wrestling really good. There's a lot. Those boys that whole team's wrestling really well. I was really happy with them winning the sectionals last week. With Beaver Local being there in West Holmes, that's a tough sectional.
You think Big Red's the favorite?
I don't know. It's just gonna be tough once. It's gonna be tough once you start getting to that district and state level. It gets a little bit tough for sure. Just you get so many. Beaver Local got a lot of finalists. It could score a lot of points. But if Big Red's guys can show up like they did last week, they got a really good shot to win that district, and that's a huge honor.
You know what you need to do? You need to show up like last week. And we had a lot of compliments on the coverage, and you're a big part of that coverage doing the color commentary for those matches, and we have it on our digital content. We'll have it on YouTube. We'll have it all over the place. So bring your A game. This isn't one for you to just slow down, sir. You got to bring your A game.
Metzger, man, we got it.
Now, talking about the other sectional, I had Carrollton beat Claymont for the other Division II sectional. Barnesville, team champion, 5 individual champs in Division III. That district is at Coshocton this weekend. Aiden King still number 1 in the state at 65. And he's a powerhouse. Harrison's Landon Thomas, number 1 at 285, also in that district at Coshocton. So
it's good to see, again, that many kids from the Valley going to make a run for the state championship. That's some pretty powerful stuff.
Anything else in the world of wrestling we want to touch on?
We decided this year that we're going to continue. We had some great, our little Pee-wees this year really, man, they jumped in with both feet this year, and we had some really good numbers all the way through the season. So we decided this year we're going to keep our wrestling program going all year round. We're going to go every Wednesday, 6 to 7:30. Cooper's going to run a lot of those practices, and Ethan Pappas, who's a state placer, OVAC champ from Steubenville Big Red. We're going to go every Wednesday at the Sportatorium for the next 3 months. So anybody looking, and another shout out, I'll tell you, that a place that really makes, if you're a high school wrestler, the best room around is the Gladiator Room in Imperial, Pennsylvania. You want to become a good wrestler, get to Pennsylvania, get to the Gladiator Room in Imperial, contact me. I'll give you all the information to get there. But you're a high school wrestler, you want to take it to the next level, get to the Gladiator Room. That's where guys like Peyton Hall are from, Ty McGeary, Ty Waters, Jacob Ely, Cooper, all the Oak Glen guys. Just the Gladiator Room is where it's at. We're the little guy. We're teaching a lot of basics at the Sportatorium. So K-8 Sportatorium, high school guys, the Gladiators.
You got to build that foundation. Got
to build that foundation.
And Talia Guntram also making some noise.
Talia is in a good position with how fast girls wrestling is growing. She's going to end up getting herself a nice school ride somewhere. State champion as a freshman. I know she's going to get it done again this year. And she works hard. She's an awesome athlete. She's got a great dad.
You're watching News 9 Sports on the go. Our man, your favorite hardware man, is up next. We'll be right back.
The Ohio Valley's hottest event venue invites you to come as a corporation and leave as a team. With rooms to accommodate parties large and small, catering provided by the Goat House, 8 axe throwing lanes, 12 bowling lanes, multiple meeting rooms, over 150 arcade games, 2 bars with the Ohio Valley's finest patio, 9 holes of mini golf. We put the team back in teamwork. Call Jesse at 740-346-3156 to unleash the fun with your team.
Hi, my name's Mike Nogay. For over 40 years, I've been using my courtroom and negotiating experience on behalf of clients injured in serious truck and auto accident cases throughout the Ohio Valley. When I take your case, you meet with me personally, not with a paralegal or associate. I give clients my cell phone number for weekend and evening emergencies. So level the playing field with big insurance companies and give me a call at my office in Weirton.
Does your bathroom or home need updating? Or do you know someone who has one that does? Let me tell you about Steel Valley Contracting's Refer a Friend program, where you can receive up to 5% cash back on any completed project referred to Steel Valley Contracting. Our bathrooms are backed by a lifetime warranty and a quality guarantee. Plus, we have in-house financing available for all home projects. Let us make your renovation dreams a reality. Call Steel Valley Contracting today. Steel Valley Contracting, part of the Cedar One Group.
Enjoy a new view of News 9 everywhere you go. Dinner with friends gets better with cooking up a storm. Seeking an adventure? There's always something to explore with the Wheeling Feeling. No matter if you're curious about breaking news or getting jacked up about the start of high school sports, reward your curiosity. News 9 is everywhere you are on every device. Experience more, know more with News 9 and the content you crave. On demand.
I think you're on. What time is it? It's hammer time. Oh,
there we go.
You got the hardware man on. It is hammer time. What's up, Scott Campbell?
Go on, Sloan. We're ready to roll.
Yeah.
We got things to talk about, things we're going to get done.
What's going on in the world of hardware? You're in
that,
what do we do now?
You're in that tweener time.
It is the between time.
Yeah.
So it's like, you start shifting stuff around. It's time to start putting the salt away, start getting lawnmowers out, think about some fertilizer, think about some paint, and just let it go. So
just think about it.
But it's
going to happen.
Is it a good time to take your push mower or weed eater in?
Now's the best time. Yeah, because we're not that super busy, and the season's coming.
But you guys do all that.
We do all that. We take care of things.
I've had my lawnmower done there.
Well, he has too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. I know because I mow a lot of grass, eat a lot of weeds. Anyway, a lot of times these weed eaters have problems with the carburetors and so forth. Explain the situation with the gas and how you can avoid that.
Well, ethanol in gas is bad. There's a few gas stations that'll sell gasoline without ethanol.
For your lawnmowers and so forth.
Even your lawnmowers, your string trimmers, your chainsaws, you don't want to be putting ethanol in this new stuff because it just burns them up. So buy non-ethanol gas. Hardware stores will have that, or a couple gas stations. Smith Oil has it, but you have to ask for the non-ethanol gas.
Now, Scott put me on to electric weed eater, electric leaf blower. I still have the lawnmower. I'm just letting that go all the way until the wheels fall off.
Well, the interesting thing is the number one mover in battery-operated equipment was DeWalt.
Yeah.
And DeWalt put out a mower. They put out a tractor. And then this last October, we were looking at the stuff for this spring. And guess what DeWalt put out for the first time ever? A gasoline-powered mower. So that tells you that the battery's not totally getting it done.
Well, 2 years ago, I went to you, and you didn't
well,
have
thanks for making me feel good about my purchase.
gasoline-powered mowers.
Oh, no. Well, we've got gas, we got battery. But when you're coming to a string trimmer or a hedge trimmer, you can get the battery operated. Those have really developed. They're good for long running times. When it comes to a tractor, I haven't been sold on that.
Yeah.
They got some out there, but it's
where's your chain in your lock tonight?
Well, my granddaughter hit it on me. She was playing with it. She thought it was so cool. She had it around her neck. I don't know where she put it.
Well,
So
I
it's
know
like,
a hardware store where you can get a new chain and lock.
Yeah, after we closed up, I went home and it's there. It sits on a chair. It wasn't on a chair. So, but we're still going to nail some stuff tonight.
All right,
There you go.
We got to do it. Hey, I got to tell you though.
Okay.
Tell us. Mike Haney was here.
Yes.
Yeah.
This at the hardware store, I get stories on everybody.
Okay.
Because I know what your problems are or whatever, right?
Okay.
So Mike Haney's wife is Mrs. Griswold.
Okay.
She wants to light the house up like crazy.
Okay.
So when their kids were little, their kids are older now, but when their kids were little, they did the family thing where they went out and cut down the Christmas tree, right?
All right.
So they went and cut the Christmas tree down, tied it on top of the car, stopped at M&M Hardware to buy some lights to put on the tree, and she's telling me about buying this tree, and they went out and cut it down, drug it in, put it on top of the car, tied it all down and everything, went home, put the garage door up to pull in, and they were driving a van. And the tree was on top of the van when they started going into the garage. And by the time they were done, the tree was no longer on top of the van. And I mean, it was heavy.
So basically what you're telling me is that Coach Haney needs to come up with a better game plan for Sunday than he had for the tree going into the garage.
I'm going to tell you, every time I see her, it's just, you start laughing because it's like Ellen Griswold's in the store.
Well, it's no laughing matter. This man's been red hot on the locks, the M&M Hardware locks. And this week,
we're going
to do the Stadium Series game.
Yep.
Kate Seifert, former WTOV9 morning anchor, she said to say hello.
Well, she's a good lady.
And she said it's going to be Columbus 4-3.
No.
She's going for the event. She's going for the tailgate. She's going for everything. And she says 4-3 Blue Jackets.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. All right, I got a question for you.
All right.
When do they play?
Saturday night.
When was the last time they played each other?
I have no idea.
And what's the score right now?
I have no idea.
1-0. Who?
Detroit.
That's right.
There you go.
And they're getting ready for the third period.
All right.
So I'm up.
All right.
All right.
So Saturday night. We see it on
6
the board.
o'clock.
What do you have for us? What's your pick?
My pick's the Red Wings.
Red Wings by a score of 5-2. That's a blowout.
So you got to remember, they played 7 games since 2022. The Red Wings have won 6 out of 7. I went and looked it up. 6 out of 7. The Red Wings went and did it. So I'm saying the Red Wings, this is a nationally televised game.
So you are not
90,000 people. 90,000. Second largest crowd.
You learned how to
in
use Google this week.
I know this afternoon because he called me this afternoon because I didn't know what you guys were going to tell me to look up or what to bet on.
So you've got Detroit.
I got
5-2.
Detroit.
John, what do you have?
I've got Columbus. I forget 4-2.
4-2
Columbus
Don
over
Columbus.
Detroit. You're in the shoe. You're playing a team from up north. You know, you can't let a team from up north come down and win in the shoe. So
They already did.
They did.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
That was rare. But anyway, 4-2. I think Columbus is up 3-2. Scoring empty netter late to win 4-2. Because I think the enthusiasm and the crowd, the atmosphere, the Blue Jackets are just going to feed off that.
Here's the thing about the Stadium Series games that a lot of people don't know. They give a lot of tickets to the away team. That game will be more split than it will be just one team. And a lot of people, I didn't know that when I covered the. I went, why are so many Flyers fans? It didn't make sense.
90,000.
Yeah, 90,000.
That's a lot of people.
All right, so you guys weren't that nice to producer extraordinaire Jordan because you changed your scores from the Four Nations tournament. So I just went. I'm going 3-2 again in overtime, and I went with your Red Wings.
I like the overtime.
All right,
I like the overtime.
So my brother's a big Red Wings fan. So I'll go with the Red
Who won last week?
Nobody.
Nobody.
We were all losers.
That's the second week in a row.
That's all right.
We need to do better.
Well,
they got red lights flashing. They got arms whipping. That means we're done.
You know who's making that red light flash? Jordan, producer extraordinaire. She's going to wrap it up. I
telling
want to go home.
You guys are talking. Go ahead.
Turn
Closer now.
Turn out the light. The party's over.
All right. Want to thank Calvin Bickerstaff. Want to thank Coach Haney and Stewart Big Red, Rich Donnelly, Kate Seifert, Smitty.
The guy that made the pizza.
Oh,
pizza guy's great.
Pizza, awesome. Want to thank the entire WTOV 9 crew and want to wish you a wonderful weekend because you've just watched News9 Sports
On the go.